Whether you're on a cross-country journey or just commuting to work, roads are the veins of our modern world. However, not all roads are created equal. From highways that can charge your electric car on the go, to roads that seem paved with stardust, and complex interchanges that resemble piles of spaghetti. Join me for today's video. We're going to explore 15 incredible road designs. Starting with number 15, Bioluminescent Roads. What happens when you take a really cool light-producing organism and then combine it with roads? Well, you've got a road that looks like it's been paved with stars. Behold, bioluminescent roads that are clearly more than just your typical asphalt or concrete. They're roads that come alive after sunset, emitting an ethereal natural glow that looks way too cool to be a road. So what's actually happening here? Well, bioluminescence happens when living organisms like certain types of algae or bacteria produce light. Scientists have harnessed this incredible ability to create roads that literally light up without the need for electricity. These kinds of roads enhance road safety by providing better visibility at night. Part safety, part environmentally friendly, part eye candy. Bioluminescent roads create an enchanting and whimsical ambiance. Ready to take a trip down one to experience yourself? Well, not so fast. These roads come with a plethora of challenges. For example, maintenance. These organisms need to be kept healthy, and scientists are working on it, namely in the Netherlands, and they're a pioneer in the world of bioluminescent roads. They've tested a glowing bike path called the Van Gogh Roosgaard bicycle path, inspired by the famous artist. It lights up with swirling patterns at night and makes it a true work of art, and a sneak peek at what the future of roads might look like. Number 14, self-repairing roads. We've all experienced the frustration of driving on a road riddled with potholes, cracks, and uneven surfaces. To say it's annoying is an understatement, and repairing these roads is also annoying because it often involves extensive construction crews and traffic interruptions. But what if roads could repair themselves? Wouldn't that be a game changer? Well, apparently the concept isn't that far away as you might think. Self-repairing roads, also known as self-healing roads or smart pavements, are a cutting-edge innovation designed to address the common wear and tear that road surfaces endure over time. In the same vein as the X-Men's iconic Wolverine, these roads can ultimately heal themselves. How? Well, these roads possess a remarkable ability to detect and mend damage automatically. The roads are embedded with sensors and monitoring systems that constantly assess the road's condition. Now, these sensors can detect issues like cracks or potholes and surface wear, and when that damage is detected, the road's self-repair mechanisms are activated. Now, these mechanisms can take various forms. They could be microcapsules filled with repairing agents or a network of shape memory materials. For example, the repairing agent would be released into the damaged area when activated by things like moisture or temperature changes. They could fill in cracks, bind loose materials, or even solidify to fill in potholes. This would eliminate the common road problems and ensure smooth, safe roads. Sound amazing? Well, yeah, it is. But while self-repairing roads hold immense promise, they're still in the developmental stage. Research looks promising, though, for this revolutionary road design. Number 13, solar roadways. Well, as the world gets bigger and we take up more and more of our planet, we search for better, cleaner, renewable energy sources. So it should come as no surprise that we're thinking of a way to use the sun and roads to create energy. So at its core, a solar roadway is a road made of solar panels. Now, these special panels are not your typical rooftop solar panels, though. They're designed to withstand the weight of vehicles and to provide a sturdy road surface. Underneath the strong, transparent surface lies a grid of solar cells. These cells are like tiny little power plants, and they turn sunlight into electricity. So solar roadways capture sunlight and then convert it to electricity, which is really cool since the sun is a never-ending power source. This green energy can be used to power all sorts of things, from nearby streetlights to buildings to electric cars. And by generating clean energy, solar roadways could reduce our reliance on fossil fuels like coal and oil, which we all know are bad. But it doesn't stop there. A solar roadway could have built-in LED lights to create road markings and lane lines. These lines could be adjusted as needed, making it safer to drive at night. Furthermore, traditional roads often need frequent repairs due to cracks and potholes, and solar roadways, on the other hand, are designed to be durable and long-lasting, which could save money on maintenance in the long run. So by using the power of the sun and combining it with something abundant like roads, we've got the ability to create clean energy. Imagine driving an electric car down a road that's lit up by streetlights, powered by an electric car driving down the road. Number 12, transparent concrete highways. In a lot of tropical places, glass-bottom boats are all the rage. They allow passengers to look into the water below to see all sorts of strange and magical swimming creatures. But what if we could do that with roads? What if instead of having a long and disruptive solid piece of road breaking up the scenery, we could have a transparent highway? Well, that's the concept behind transparent concrete highways. Transparent concrete, also known as see-through concrete or translucent concrete, is a remarkable material that merges the strength and durability of traditional concrete with the cool property of transparency. This innovation is achieved by embedding optical fibers or other light-transmitting materials within the concrete, allowing light to pass through, so drivers can literally see through the road. Now, if you're asking yourself why we would ever need to see through a road, you're probably not alone, but surprisingly, the benefits aren't just aesthetic. One of the primary reasons for developing transparent concrete highways is because they can actually improve safety. These roads offer enhanced visibility, especially during tough weather conditions or at night, and the better you can see, the less chance of an accident. These types of highways also open up exciting possibilities for creative road design. Patterns and colors can even be integrated into the road surface, so roads don't have to be just ugly strips of black concrete and asphalt anymore. Roads could literally become works of art. And transparent concrete highways can also have sustainable sides. During daylight hours, the embedded optical fibers can transmit natural light below the road surface, potentially reducing the need for street lighting, which could save energy. The concept of this transparent concrete highway is intriguing, but it's still in the experimental and developmental stage. There's been several prototypes developed though, and the main challenges are cost, durability, and maintaining transparency over time. But researchers and engineers are actively working to overcome those obstacles. So who knows, maybe the future road trip will offer not just scenery, but road aesthetics as well. Number 11. Maglev Roads. This next revolutionary road design lends itself to science fiction because it involves a vehicle hovering silently over a track propelled forward at incredible speeds. This is the world of Maglev Roads, a revolutionary transportation concept that is redefining the way we think about travel. But before we delve into why these roads are so revolutionary, let's nail down exactly what I mean by maglev. Well, maglev stands for magnetic levitation, and it's a unique technology that uses powerful magnets to make vehicles float above the track. This eliminates the need for wheels, axles, or any physical contact with the ground. Instead, the vehicle hovers just above the track, riding on a cushion of magnetic force. This magnetic force push and pull the vehicle forward, allowing it to glide along. This technology is already being used on trains, and Japan is a pioneer in maglev technology, with the Chuo Shinkansen maglev line being one of the most notable examples. Some maglev systems can reach speeds of over 300 miles an hour, and unlike traditional trains with wheels that produce friction and noise, maglev vehicles are pretty quiet and provide a remarkably smooth ride. This makes for a more comfortable and pleasant journey. And because maglev systems have fewer moving parts, there are lower maintenance costs and less wear and tear on infrastructure. We don't have maglev roads just yet, but they do have the potential to significantly reduce travel times for both commuters and long-distance travelers. There are a few hurdles, though, of course, that we need to jump through before we can have futuristic hover travel. The initial construction costs are pretty high, so price comes into play. Maglev roads would require dedicated infrastructure, and integrating maglev systems into existing transportation is complex. When we overcome those obstacles, though, maglev road systems could change the face of transportation. Number 10. Dynamic charging roads. If you have an electric car, you know all too well the struggle that comes with finding a charger, although that is rapidly changing. What if you didn't need to plug in your car, though? What if instead it simply charged itself while you drove along? Sound too good to be true? Well, it's not. Dynamic charging roads are actually a thing, well, at least in the prototype stages. So what are they? Well, dynamic charging roads are highways equipped with a clever and futuristic feature. They can wirelessly charge EVs while they're in motion. Think of it as a supersized, long charging mat embedded into the road. As your EV rolls over this electrified stretch, it draws power from the road's surface to keep your battery charged. How is this possible? Well, the easy answer is science. The magic behind dynamic charging roads lies in electromagnetic fields. The road is fitted with coils that generate these fields, and your EV would be equipped with a compatible receiver. As your car moves along, it's continuously charged, just like your smartphone on a wireless charging pad. Range anxiety would become a thing of the past. You could drive as far as you wanted without constantly seeking charging stations. Plus, with dynamic charging, EV manufacturers could design cars with smaller, lighter batteries. Smaller batteries are not only cheaper, but also better for the environment. You could enjoy the uninterrupted journey just like you would with a gasoline-powered vehicle. So, how long do we have to wait until we see these amazing charging roads? Not as long as you might think. Several countries, including Sweden and South Korea, have already tested dynamic roads, and will still take some time to develop universal systems that will work with various EV models, but the process is already underway. Number 9. Geoweb Road System. Now, at first glance, the Geoweb road design might look more like a giant black honeycomb than a road, but rest assured this is in fact a road design, and an innovative one at that. The Geoweb system is durable, safe, and cost-effective, and allows for versatile soil stabilization because it addresses both erosion and stormwater challenges. Furthermore, Geoweb is adaptable. It can stabilize unpaved surfaces, and it can also reinforce road bases and protect shoulders while preventing embankment erosion. It surpasses traditional geogrids from a performance standpoint. In fact, it outperforms them with just a single layer, which reduces both cost and time. They have customizable design options for slopes and channels, so this revolutionary design can suit a wide variety of road projects. They're flexible, strong, efficient, and environmentally friendly, making them truly an innovative and forward-thinking road design. Number 8. The PlasticRoad. The Dutch company KWS aims to promote sustainability as well as revolutionize road construction, so they partnered up with Waven and Total to create PlasticRoad. This road is a prefabricated modular roadway that's constructed primarily from recycled plastics. The core concept of the project hinges on prefabrication and modularity. Now basically, instead of traditional road construction methods, which involve pouring and compacting asphalt or concrete on site, the PlasticRoad is pre-manufactured and consists of interlocking modules. It's the same idea as a modular home, which is built somewhere else and then assembled on site. Now this innovation makes the road construction process way faster. In fact, it's got a remarkable 70% reduction in construction time when compared to conventional methods. But it's not just about speed. The modular design also allows for precise quality control, so the road surfaces are smoother and longer lasting. But one of the most notable standout features of the PlasticRoad is its extraordinary lightweight design. Unlike traditional road surfaces, which are heavy because they're made of layers of asphalt or concrete, PlasticRoad modules are a lot lighter. How much lighter? Well, according to sources, PlasticRoads are 4 times lighter than their asphalt counterparts. Why does this matter? Well, because reduced weight not only makes transportation and installation easier, but also has the potential to lower the overall structural load on road foundations. Furthermore, the PlasticRoad has a hollow design. Now, this design serves several pretty cool purposes. Firstly, it means you can install pipes and cables under the road surface without the needing to dig. This could reduce all the headaches that come with road work, including traffic disruption. And secondly, the hollow structure of the PlasticRoad has the capacity to store excess water during storms and floods. This means that during floods, the roads could actually help reduce the strain on stormwater drainage systems. Number 7. Synchronized traffic signals. We've all been there, stuck in seemingly endless traffic, inching forward one car at a time, praying to whatever gods may be for that green light to appear. What if there was another solution? Well, there is. It's called synchronized traffic signals, and it's revolutionary, and it's a handy road design. These signals are more than just a convenience. They aim to optimize traffic flow through a series of interconnected intersections. Now, the key here is to coordinate the timing of traffic lights to create a continuous green wave, as it were. So unlike pre-programmed traffic lights, synchronized traffic signals are adjusted in real time, taking into account current traffic conditions. Well, sensors, cameras, and vehicle detectors gather data on traffic volume, speed, and congestion at each intersection. This allows the vehicles to drive through several intersections without stopping, and the cool part is that the system can adapt to changing traffic conditions, accidents, or special events by making real-time adjustments. And while a quicker, smoother commute home is a big benefit to drivers, there's also other benefits. Because people aren't stopped idling for long periods of time, it lowers fuel emissions and consumption. This, of course, benefits the environment, and it also helps to prevent rear-end collisions because there aren't as many sudden stops and starts. These traffic lights have already been installed in several cities around the world, and just as you can imagine, they're already working really well. Los Angeles, for example, has used these lights to combat the notorious LA traffic jam. However, the system is expensive and somewhat hard to maintain, so there's still some barriers. Once the kinks are all worked out, though, synchronized traffic signals will likely become standard. Number 6. Talking highways. Imagine you're driving along a highway, and instead of relying solely on road signs, you've got a voice guiding you through your journey. And no, I'm not talking about GPS. I'm talking about a voice that comes from the highway itself. Welcome to the wonderful and revolutionary world of talking highways. What are they? Well, they're exactly what they sound like. They're a road system that communicates directly with drivers and vehicles. All right, how? Well, through a number of different ways, like electronic signs, in-car displays, and even voice instructions delivered through the vehicle's audio system. These talking highways use a wide variety of technologies to give drivers real-time guidance and information. For example, signs are strategically placed along the highway to display important information. They can connect to vehicles through wireless communication systems, and they allow the highway infrastructure to send messages directly to a car's onboard computer or display. They could even offer alternative routes to avoid congestion. Talking highways, they get their information from a variety of sources, including traffic cameras, weather stations, or even sensors embedded in the road. And because it's audible, drivers don't have to take their eyes off the road, so it increases driver focus and reduces potential accidents. Furthermore, having a ton of real-time information allows drivers to make informed decisions about their route, which can essentially save them time and reduce frustration. Perhaps talking highways are the cure for road rage. Well, only time will tell, as this innovative road design is still in the pretty early stages. Number 5. Floating roads and tunnels. To see this next revolutionary road design in practice, let's take a look at Norway's billion-dollar floating highway. It's a prime example of a fully functioning floating road. Now, we already know that we have an ever-evolving world of transportation, a world where innovation seems to know no bounds. And as our cities expand, our climate patterns shift, and so our infrastructure needs to grow, which is why engineers and visionaries are dreaming up solutions that once seemed straight out of science fiction. So enter floating roads and tunnels. Imagine a roadway that doesn't just defy water's might, but embraces it. Instead of simply existing above the water, it exists on the water, moving harmoniously as the tides rise and fall. Why would this matter? Well, one word: flooding. Floating roads and tunnels are impervious to flooding, so in regions where there's a constant threat of rising water levels, this design would alleviate these problems. As water levels surge, these roadways and tunnels just gracefully ascend, ensuring that transportation remains uninterrupted. The secret is, of course, in their buoyancy. These roads and tunnels are ingeniously designed with chambers and buoyant materials that allow them to stay afloat. One shining example of this innovative technology is the iconic Floating Bridge of Seattle, which is the longest floating bridge in the world. Stretching across Lake Washington, this engineering masterpiece showcases the potential of floating infrastructure. But it's not just about resiliency. These roads and tunnels are sustainable. They reduce the need for massive levees and traditional flood control measures, and they contribute to a more environmentally conscious approach to infrastructure. And of course, they can be applied to rivers, canals, and even areas with challenging soil. Really, anywhere there's water, there could be a floating road. Number 4. Hyperloop. From the mind of Elon Musk comes a way to tackle the grind of your daily commute that feels more sci-fi than actual reality. The Hyperloop is basically a system where passengers or cargo pods travel through low-pressure tubes at really fast speeds. The concept was first proposed by Elon back in 2013, and it uses Maglev technology to hover above the tracks within a low-pressure tube. This eliminates friction, allowing for smooth, efficient travel. Propulsion's achieved through those linear induction motors similar to those used in some high-speed trains. These motors provide the necessary thrust to move the pods through the tube. But because the Hyperloop reduces air resistance, it can achieve incredible speeds with relatively low energy. The Hyperloop has the potential to reach speeds of over 700 miles an hour. Just imagine what that would mean for travel. At these velocities, traveling from one city to another could take mere minutes instead of hours. But of course, like a lot of Musk's ideas and concepts, safety is a bit of a concern. Many Hyperloop concepts propose using renewable energy sources, such as solar panels on the tube's surface, to power the whole system, but this could make the Hyperloop one of the most eco-friendly forms of transportation. These tubes can be elevated on columns or placed underground, depending on the geography and infrastructure of the region. Flexible, fast, and kinda cool looking, it's no wonder why the Hyperloop concept has generated a tremendous amount of excitement and investment. Well, with that being said though, there are still significant challenges to overcome. Prototypes and test tracks have been developed by various companies, but full-scale, commercial Hyperloop systems are still in the experimental phase. Number 3. 3D printed bridges. If you haven't heard of 3D printing by now, you're out of the loop. 3D printing is revolutionizing entire industries, and road design is no exception. 3D printed bridges that are groundbreaking innovations that changing the face of construction. But before I get into that, let's brush up on the ins and outs of 3D printing. It's a bit like using a magic printer. Instead of printing words or pictures on paper, it prints real things in 3 dimensions. So 3D printing a bridge is creating a bridge layer by layer, just like stacking Lego blocks. But on a much larger scale, of course. Now, these bridges are made using special machines that can squirt out materials like concrete or plastic precisely where they're needed. These machines follow a computer's instructions to build the bridge bit by bit. Now, one of the biggest benefits is time. Traditional bridge building can take a long time and can cause significant traffic delays and inconveniences. 3D printed bridges, however, can be constructed faster. Now, this speedier construction means less disruption for everyone. Engineers can experiment with shapes and patterns to create beautiful and efficient bridges. And with 3D printing, there's a lot less waste than with traditional construction. The most famous 3D printed bridge to date is in the Netherlands. It's called the Gemini Bridge. It's made of a special bioconcrete, which is not only strong, but also good for the environment. According to some people and sources, it won't be long before 3D printed bridges change the game in construction and become mainstream. They're faster, more cost-effective, and much more environmentally friendly. The trifecta of all things deemed revolutionary. Number 2. Interchanges. Interchanges are pretty much everywhere. All major cities have them, and most people have driven on at least a few at one time or another. Some people drive on them several times a day, so it's easy to overlook their significance since they're so mainstream. However, the concept of interchanges was a very revolutionary road design, so it is worth a mention. Now, what do I mean by an interchange? Well, road interchanges are the intricate junctions where highways, expressways, and roads intersect, creating a complex web of lanes, ramps, and overpasses. They are engineering marvels, and crucial ones at that, since they facilitate smooth traffic flow and ensure safe transitions between different roadways. So let's take a look at some of the more popular ones, starting with the cloverleaf interchange. This one's named, of course, for its 4-leaf clover shape and features looping ramps that allow traffic to exit one road and enter another without stopping. These cloverleaf interchanges are efficient for managing high volumes of traffic with minimal stops, so diamond interchanges boast a pretty simple design. The intersecting roads cross at each other at the same level, creating their namesake diamond shape when viewed from above. A more complex version of the diamond interchanges is diverging diamond interchange, or DDI for short. Now, this design temporarily shifts traffic to the opposite side of the road, allowing for unimpeded left turns onto highways and reducing conflict points. Trumpet interchanges, on the other hand, feature a single loop ramp that connects a minor road to a major one, often in a trumpet or fan-like shape, hence the name. They efficiently direct traffic onto the main route. But this isn't the case with spaghetti junctions, which are aptly named given their tangled appearance. Spaghetti junctions are complex interchanges that involve multiple levels of ramps, overpasses, and underpasses. They're typically used in densely populated urban areas where there's limited space but lots of traffic. And finally, we have stack interchange. These are very common and involve multiple levels of roads and ramps that stack on top of each other. But because they're stacked, they don't require much land, and they can really keep traffic moving in a very busy area. Needless to say, although interchanges have become very commonplace, they are an essential road design that's revolutionized the flow of our traffic. Number 1. Smart highways. Smart highways are similar to talking highways, although they focus more on collecting and providing information to a wider group than just a driver. As such, smart highways have been called the future of modern transportation. These highways integrate a variety of sensors, communication networks, and data analysis tools to gather real-time information about really important road things. Icy rain collecting on a main highway? Well, smart highways can take note of that. Major accident on the interchange? Unusual congestion up ahead? Debris scattered somewhere? Stretch of the road where everyone speeds? High accident area? Popular moose crossing? Well, armed with all this data and so much more, the smart highways can make informed decisions to improve safety and traffic management. But the really cool thing is that all the info is given in real time, so authorities can respond to quickly changing conditions. They could have big signs on the road that are easily updated, so speed limits could be changed fast when even the weather dictates a change. Lanes could be opened and closed to better manage traffic. Even traffic lights could be managed. Smart highways can even use predictive analytics to anticipate problems. This way, proactive measures can be taken to ensure the most effective flow of traffic. Smart highways are already being used in countries worldwide, although they are a long way from reaching their full potential. For example, the Netherlands Smart Highway project features a glow-in-the-dark road markings and temperature-responsive paint to warn of icy conditions. And in the United States, various states have adopted intelligent traffic management systems to reduce congestion. It is only a matter of time, though, before we begin to see the full impact of smart highways, as more and more features integrate with our existing infrastructure. With seemingly limitless possibilities and a focus on safer, smoother traffic flow, smart highways are the highways of the future, which is why they've earned the top spot on this list of the 15 revolutionary road designs. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you to our channel members.